How's it going, chat? We're here, Lux Life Pro. I'm going over tier one. I'm going to show you some back tests on if you were to put a certain amount, which the first back test is going to be $1,000, and it were to start on January 14th, and it were to keep running until now. We're going to see if you put $1,000 in, how much money would you have made? Okay, this gives you an accurate description on when someone says, "Hey, if I put $1,000, how much can I make?" This video is literally going to show you how much you can make depending on how much you put in. Now, this is the regular settings that are with the bot. So, of course, this isn't turned up, this isn't turned down to be less conservative or more conservative. This is exactly where the bot is supposed to be ran at when it was developed, right? Which is 0.10 for every thousand. So as you can see here, we have the back test, and I'm going to click start, and boom, it's going to pop up, and the back test is going to run. And as you can see, there's $1,000 in this account, and we're going to see what happens if we were to just let it run till March 9th, which is today. And while that's happening, I'm just going to go over why the system was upgraded, how the how tier one system works, an overview, and how to get started. Okay. Um, the previous tier one that I had was a lot more aggressive. It was taking 10% per trade, but it was also going for large wins, right? Which created unnecessary exposure during certain market conditions. I believe that when you're trading AI, you're doing AI versus AI. So something that works for 9 months and is continuously working, you will have to go and update, or maybe you won't, by the grace of God. But from what I've seen, every 9 months or every couple months, the market starts to react differently. The indicators that you're using, they're firing off signals that are getting you into entries that are just fake outs. Now the market's doing fake outs in every single way, even if it has one biased direction. Your AI has to have parameters on why it wants to enter. You can't just put an AI and say, "Hey, learn this market and take the best trades." It just doesn't work like that. You have to give it scenarios, and you have to give it structure. I'm not a developer, but I do understand a little bit into coding and, just using AI just to help you in general, right? So the upgraded system focuses more on better entries, better execution, and improved stability while still maintaining high performance potential. So even though it's not pushing for as much as the old tier one, it is more safe for clients' money. And that's why I would prefer something more long term, even though my tier one is made to be, in which I told everybody that signed up it was 100% risk on a daily basis. Any day it can make 100 to 1,000% in a day, but that also means we are risking the entire account because we need to grow faster. I have essentially changed that a little bit and made this more conservative, I would say. But the cost and how much to put in is still the same. It costs 250 sign up, and you need a minimum of $100 in your account. Payouts for tier one are every day, as you know. And tier one is designed for traders who want access to automated systems that focus on high probability market opportunities. As within trading strategies, results can vary because of market conditions, but the goal of Lux Life Pro is to continually optimize and improve technology over time. So that's the difference between you just going and finding your own bot and using the bot that I've tested, I've seen the results for, and then I'm actively monitoring and upgrading as time goes on, right? Because I have been trading for over 8 years and using AI for over 5 years, right? So when you mix those things together, it makes this a lot easier for me than someone who's just starting just with AI and has to understand risk management, has to understand how the market moves, has to understand forex. I'm a overall trader. I know stocks, crypto, options, forex, futures, and I know the developers. Um, that pioneered this industry when it comes to EAs. So of course you can go find a free A, but it's different. Even if you go find a free EA, which an EA is a robot. This is what you call it when you're trading. It's an expert advisor. Even though you can go find your own one, you still would have to optimize the settings. You still have to optimize it to the broker that you're using. Make sure the contract sizes fit for that type of robot. You have to include spread, commissions. And so all of these things play a part. So when you think that this is just somebody just throwing a robot and just letting it run, it's way deeper than that. This robot had to be coded. Um, there's a developer that created the actual bot. And yeah, so as you can see, the robot right now is running. And since January 14th, it's on January 15th right now. It runs on the 5 minute. So day one, it's closed $70 on $1,000 account, which is beautiful. And so I'm just going to let this run here. This could take a while. So like I said, if you want to skip ahead and see the actual results of what this $1,000 makes you, be my guest. Or if you want to sit here and watch it take the trades, it's also up to you. But this is what I do. Can I skip it? Of course. But for the sake of the video, I just want to show y'all like how I like to actually watch the bot take entries, see the drawdown that it produces, and just overall just see how the bot performs. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. I'm going to let this run. That's pretty much it. I can go over some more ways that this tier one system works. It also now has trend direction. Trend detection. So the system first analyzes the overall market direction to avoid trading against strong momentum. There's one thing I hate in a robot. I hate when it stacks against a trend. Like it's one thing to take one trade, against the trend and take a stop loss versus continuously stacking when the market's clearly breaking down on higher time frames. So that was pretty important for me to add into the system. I know that clients, when they're seeing their trades, you always have the clients that are saying, "It's going down. Why are we buying?" Right? And it's just what some EAs are made to do. As you can see, a lot of people have shifted away from martingale, DOS collar averaging bots. As you can see, this bot takes one trade at a time, but sometimes you'll see it actually take a second, third trade, but it doesn't do it as in a martingale sense. I've only seen it do it maybe 2 or 3 times just in this 3 month period. But it's just amazing to see how this bot optimizes and how it trades, and it puts take profit and a stop loss and things like that. So another thing it does, it looks for precision entry zones. The system waits for optimal price zones before executing trades, improving entry timing. So we'll get more sniper entries with that. Optimize risk management. The upgraded version focuses on smarter execution and improved consistency rather than extreme risk per trade. Because 10% per trade, that means we only can last 10 trades, which is not very long. But that's why I like this bot, because it wins more than it loses, and which we'll see. Which doesn't make it more profitable. There's some bots that can lose more than it wins and still be profitable, right? And as you can see, it just took a trade and was moving the stop loss and a take profit, and it did that about 2-3 times just in that manner. Now we're up $267 and we are on January 19th, so it's been about 5 days. As you know, there is the weekends, holidays, if that was in that mix, and you could see there was still that gap in that market, and even that gap, it still was able to be profitable. Another thing it does, momentum and volatility filters. The algorithm evaluates current market volatility and momentum before entering a trade to avoid unstable market conditions. Right. So as you can see, that's why it got in and out of that trade. It's not sitting there trying to hold it to make insane profits. It's literally just using risk management, the filters that it has to make sure that we're getting those precise entries. Um, controlled trade exposure. Instead of opening many positions at once, the system focuses on high probability setups. Typically runs one primary position at a time. Not all the time, but most of the time. But yeah, Tier 1 Lux Life Pro was upgraded. Um, System was designed to focus on precision, probability, and market structure instead of relying on purely on extremely aggressive risk exposure. Right. Of course, I had my ChatGPT put this all into a document, so that way it's easy for me to refer to. Because I could just sit here and just talk all day, but I like things to be structured. So yeah, if you're looking for a robot to trade for you, if you're looking for something more high risk, but at the same time has parameters, has structure, and even though it's high risk, it's strategized. There's a strategy to this. We are literally sitting here saying, hey, we have back tested this and we have seen if I put $1,000 in, this is how much I would have made um in 5 days, which is $267, which is not bad. You're not gonna get a 20, what is that, 26% return anywhere else that fast. You're you're almost at 50% return in 5 days. And you've seen little to no drawdown, which is also amazing. And the way the market's been running, but like I said, this is a strategy, right? We're strategizing, we're putting money in, and we're seeing how exactly will this bot run if I did this, or some what I do on the back end is I see what is the max lot size I can use on $1,000 account without this blowing. That's my job to interpret that. But like I said, right now we're doing default settings that have been created to work with this broker, and so you'll see how this robot performs over time. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like I said, it costs $250 to set up. It's in the $250 is just the setup cost initial. Minimum trading balance is $100. If you're getting in now, you're getting in with just the initial price. There's no monthly fees. But as I optimize over time, prices will change. Prices will go up. I do this to help people from the bottom. I give as many people as a chance to join me because I do understand that this is a risk. Not every robot that I have has been, no, actually, they've all been profitable, but it just depends on when you got in. Because if you started when I started, you did 80 to 90% minimum a month for the past 9 months. Doesn't mean that you'll do that now. And I'm not a financial advisor. That's just what I've seen every time that I've started a bot. The people that wait to see me at the top, they see me at 100K account, 200K accounts, then they want to join in. Sadly, not only do I lose money, but they're likely to lose money too. So it's better to get in the beginning of a run. But the great part is that I'm always optimizing and making this better so that way that never happens again. I've learned my lesson. Instead of continuously scaling at high pace for new clients, I have definitely adjusted to we scale fast in the beginning. And if you're late to the party, you're late to the party. We're going to lower our risk the higher our balance goes. So I'm not going to continue to run a 0.10 per thousand as I start to get closer to 50, 60 to 100K. I will start to then cut my risk in half or at least by 25%. Right. And again, these aren't things that you just know to do. You learn through mistakes, you learn through actually running these bots because you cannot forward test. You can't see the future. You can only back test, and the back test doesn't guarantee future results. But when you see a back test like this and it's constantly, profiting, you see it's only placing one trade, you see the drawdown is minimal. And even if the drawdown was more heavy, then it would just mean that I would need to bump it up to 2,000 per 0.10 per trade. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to understand the risk parameters, and you do that by back testing. So that's what we're doing here. I'm not trying to talk your ear off. I also don't want to play music in case I want to place this on YouTube. And as you can see, boom, right there, uh it just put stop loss in a take profit. That's beautiful. We are now at $281 and pushing. Well, yeah, even right here, you can see it says searching for setup. Yeah, I have cameras. I have laptop here, screen there, screen here. So y'all see me look at different screens, but got OBS up there, ChatGPT here, creating view charts, and the actual screen that y'all are looking at is on my laptop. But the camera is the one I have focus on it. So I'm not trying to focus on all those things. I just want to get y'all this video so that way y'all can get this information and really value in what I'm producing. Why I'm giving y'all access to the bot and why I'm using the bot myself. So y'all don't just think this is random, some scammer trying to make money. No, this is real optimized. I've been looking at this bot for weeks now. I've been testing it. I've been comparing it to other bots and how they run. I've been seeing how high risk I can run this bot. So, I believe we have over 30 clients already on board. They've seen the power of the first tier one, but this upgraded version is going to make things 10 times better. They're going to love it. Y'all are going to love the results that y'all see. Literally going to pay bills. Not only is it going to pay bills, it's going to help you with your kids, your savings. I'm After seeing the back test and seeing other people make money from this bot, I am 100% in my head going all in on this bot. I'm not telling you to, but I'm just showing you and giving you the reasons on why I am, you know? So it's a beautiful thing. I need to play some music. I can't just sit here and just. I'll turn it off on there. So hopefully y'all shouldn't. Right there. Boom. Stop loss and to take profit. Boom. Damn. I turned away for a second and we're at $510. So it's now January 21st. It hasn't even been 10 days. 7 days. $510 with $1,000 account. As you can see, we do have a while, so I mean, I think it's worth watching. I mean, this part not so much, but I can't just skip all the way over here. So maybe in the video I'll be able to speed it up in the times that I'm not talking. I'm not an editor, so my videos are long, sadly, but they're great information, great knowledge, great perspective on maybe something that you've never seen. Look at that. It plays two trades, as you can see, 0.13 and 0.23. It put the take profit at the average. And it looks like that's break even, actually. It only made about $2 right there. But instead of trying to make profit, is doing as best it can to get out of the market. We don't want to continue. Look at this. Why would we want to continue stacking buys here? That's dumb to me, right? I hate bots that do that. So when I see this happen, that is so beautiful. So beautiful. Y'all have no idea what it takes to get a bot to understand this logic. Notice it's not just taking random trades, it's doing it optimal entries. It's doing it at times where it sees overexposure in the market. And if it really takes the wrong trade, it will hedge its not hedge, sorry. It will, as you can see, that one time it just cost average its way out of the trade. And at least it's still covered fees, which is because every lot has a fee. And then boom, here goes another trade. Stop loss into take profit hit. Boom, we're at $578. This bot is insane, y'all. Bot is insane. How do I make this quality better for you? $594. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you. Pause. I don't want to mess with it. Y'all saw that trade? We're now at $600. We have done 60%. It is January 22nd. We're not even done with January yet, and we are up $600. I really just need you to please me. This is it right here, y'all. Look at that trade. Boom. Stop loss and take profit. Stop loss hit and take profit. Another trade. All right. I'm going to let this run. I'll be back. All right, chat. So I realized that I could just pause this recording, so I'll probably go back and delete that and just be skipping forward. But anyways, as you can see, we're back now. It's January 30th, and we are at $1,371. We are at the end of the month. It's been about 15 days, 16 days, and we have more than doubled our account. Less than 15 days. It's insane. All right, so I'm gonna pause the recording here. As you can see, it's already doubled its account. There's no reason for me to have this be a 2 hour long video for you to watch this. So we'll come back in a little bit and see how it's performed. All right, Chad, we're back, and you could see that $1,000 account has profited $2,418, and it's February 12th, so it's been another 12 days, and it's made another $1,000. So as you can see, that's over a 250%, 240% gain in about a month, which is amazing. It's still doing its thing, taking trades consistently. So, and as you can see, it's only halfway done. So it's going to be really cool to see what the numbers are at the end of this. All right, let's do a check in. We're on now February 27th, almost the end of the month. And as you can see, we're at $3,248. We started with $1,000 in this account, like I said, and we are basically up 3,500% in 2 months. Well, really a month and a half because we started January. As you can see, March 2nd. So yeah, 350%. That's crazy gains. That's enough to pay or help pay for you pay some bills. Or um pay some bills, invest some money into crypto. No, this is quick, easy money. I didn't have to do anything but just put the money in there and just let it grow. That's pretty amazing, especially with the tier one. It pays you every day. Any day that there's a profitable day, it pays you. There's a non-profitable day, it's not going to take 50% of anything until we passed the original balance when we were in profit. It's meant to help the investor, not to help me. I don't want to take profit off of you every single time unless that we're building the balance. So as you can see, this robot's still going. It's almost done because it's going to be at March 9th here. Just amazing to see how you can test your AI, see how it will perform certain markets. I can test this COVID. I can test this, the financial crash. Depends on how volatile I want to see pass in the market. But for me, like I said, I like to do it close because I like to see it as if I would have started the beginning spot instead of just watching it. What would it have actually done? There's actually people that created. Sorry, that have actually got results from this. I have a homie that literally started the bot last week with $5,000 and he $800 in a day. That's just the power of AI, passive income. If you're not already testing it, testing bots or even thinking about how to automate your strategy, you're kind of asked. Reason why is because we are facing algorithm. The thing that moves the chart is an algorithm. Everything's based off of algorithms. It's all make believe. It's all in the air, right? So the only way to go against an algorithm, another algorithm. Algorithm. It's not humans really trading against. Definitely have to innovate, ready, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Understanding that the markets are evolving. Have to stay up to date. Robots that worked last year might not work this year, or you just have to use better conditions, less risk. That's the difference between signing up with somebody who's doing this on a daily basis and you starting to learn this all on your own, right? And again, I've been doing this for 5 years. I've had clients all over the world. I know developers all connection with. The difference between me and them is that I like to make videos and talk to people. I like to put people on where They're more just coders. They like to be on the back end. They don't want anybody to know who they are, what they do. Makes sense. Of course, the idea is to build enough capital where this will actually be a hedge fund software as a proprietary software. Again, something like that, you have to continue to have results, verified results on top of that. That's what is being created here, right here in front of you. Back end process of how it looks like. We're only seeing 7 minutes of the video. It took an hour or two to back test. Of course, there are faster ways. This is as fast as it's being able to process. The more code that's on the robot, the slower back test will be. You have tick data, which is actually expensive. Buy basically candles or charts that are more similar to the actual live market when it happened. Simulated. Um, so they like to say that it's not as accurate as having 99.9 same candles as before. But depending on your broker and the data that they, at the end of the day, just to get a general realization, view on what's possible. It doesn't mean I actually like this. Most likely to. There are strategies that has to back test. This back when you're running this bot and you're seeing passing every back test, no matter how much you put in it, regular settings, it's it builds the same thing that you build when you're manually trading. It builds confirmation. You ask me, why would I want to use this bot? The back test that is passed. Look how much is made. It is March 3rd on here, and it has made $3,291 off of $1,000. That is a 329% gain. I mean, just to put this in perspective, if this was $10,000 account that I started with, this would now be at $33,441. If you can't use an extra 33,000 off of 10 bands, I don't know what to tell you. And again, you don't have to start with 10 bands, even starting with 1,000. If you would have started with $100, you would have made $341. Regardless, it's still free passive income. It costs you nothing other than to invest your money and invest your time into watching these videos that I make. We're going to let it finish as 5 days left, and we'll come back and see the results. All right, we're back, and March 9th is about to be here. Let's see, will we hit $4,000? We hit 4K? So January 14th, February 4th. So from January 14th to February 14th is 1 month. February 14th to March 14th is 2 months. So we're just going to call this 2 months, right? 2 months of time here. And that's not considering weekends. We don't trade on weekends. This is gold. I would assume that, we don't trade high volatile news. So we don't trade on the holidays. So all those things really do make a difference. So it's technically not a full 2 months. But let's just say if someone were to ask the question, how much would $1,000 make in 2 months? Here in a second, we're going to be able to tell. Let's see. Trade here. And I believe if we're in a trade and the days close out, it will just close that trade out and go to the balance, which is okay. It's like if you decided you wanted to close your account right now, how much would you be down? How much could you withdraw? It's the same thing. So it should be done here in just a second. Notice how the bot held one trade was chilling, and boom, that's it. And it is 4:44 right now. Isn't that crazy? This is an hour behind. So that's how you know it's divine timing. Okay, as y'all can see, we started with $1,000 and we grew to $4,648. That's amazing. You know, that's a 450% gain. So you can't beat that, y'all. So this is the power of AI. 2 months, you made $3,500 from $1,000. Your account is almost at 5K. If you continue to scale this, the numbers would be insane, right? And maybe that is what y'all need to see right now. Maybe y'all aren't understanding like the power of what that actually means, because it's the numbers are going to be so unrealistic that it's not even fair to show. But I'm just going to show it just so that way we can base the numbers off the strategy that we're doing and why I'm investing my money in this and why other people I think should invest their money in this. So I'm sorry that it's blurry, but I want y'all to see this. If you start with $1,000 and we just did 450%, so but let's just say we did 400%, about 200% a month, and let's just say the average that these are lasting are about it's 6 to 9 months, so we'll just say about 7 months, and we did 250% return. 200% return. Number of months, 7 months starting us. So you're looking at the crazy part is that this is like I said, these numbers are insane. You got 1,000. Oh, sorry, we got to take up this. Okay, you put $1,000 in. We continue to do 200% a month. You know, you're going from 1,000 to 2.18 million. You know, so first month you do $3,000. Second month you're at 9,000. Third month, you know, you've made $26,000. It's the numbers are insane. I mean, that's just if you did 200%. Even if you lowered it down to 50% in 7 months, you're still hitting $17,000, which is amazing. The first month you make 500. Second month you make 1,200. If you hold on, your numbers start to get greater, higher. You know, you're making more money as you go. Even then, 100% a month, you know, you're going from 1,000 to 128,000. So this is the power of really just throwing money in and seeing what it can do with AI, especially after back testing. You know, that's just 7 months. We only need 7 months of great returns, you know, doing 100% a month, and I could be at $640,000 continuously compounding. So that's the numbers behind this, y'all. um if this doesn't make sense to you and you're not seeing the value in this, and I really don't know what to tell you here, because it's just facts. This is all just facts. You know, this graph is facts. It's showing you the dips, times you got into trades, and it's consistently profited over time. So I hope this video gave you a great explanation on how this bot works. It showed you the possibility of $1,000 to what it could be in 2 months, but it also shows you what it could be in if you had $10,000 in 2 months. You know, you'd be up $44,000, which is insane. You know, that's enough to pay, more than enough to pay for bills, cover your job, cover your kids, whatever you got going on, fix your credit. You know, you can fix your credit, get a loan, and now replace your actual cash with a loan and just pay for the investments, pay for the loan with the investment. You know, you can clearly see what it will do. You can even lower down the risk. It's always possible. Just message me. But this is just running at a regular settings, and you can see how it produced. So I appreciate y'all, especially the people that sat through this entire video to actually watch the trades and to hear me talk. And I'm not gonna edit this up. So I hope that you appreciate the video. And if y'all like it, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll make more videos like this. Get lit. Let's run up a bag. Let's get money. Maybe I should leave y'all with this. Let me leave y'all with this from The Office, okay? Let me leave you with this here. I'll leave you with this, okay? There's a difference between an opportunity and divine appointment, right? There's a bunch of opportunities out there. Opportunities come and go, but your divine appointment, you can't run from it, right? If you're here and you know that you need to invest into something, if you know you want to learn and gain more knowledge, if you know you have more to your life than what you're doing, then that's just what I'm here to help motivate you to do. It's not even about you spending money. It's just about you elevating your life and life maxing to the best version of yourself possible. All right. You don't want to leave this earth not thinking that you tried your hardest. So if you don't really know what I mean, maybe you can ask your ChatGPT, what's the difference between an opportunity and a divine appointment? And a divine appointment comes straight from God. You can't fight it. It has to happen. It is your path. An opportunity is something that you just maybe invest in, you hear about, and maybe it crashes, or maybe it changes your life completely, right? Maybe it's not actually the opportunity, it was your divine appointment. And maybe that's why you're here, because you're longing for that information. You want that information so bad. You know you need the knowledge. Go get it, man. Go get the bag. Remember who you're doing this for. Because I didn't forget. I put my own money in these bots. I put my family monies in these bots, my friends, strangers, the people around me, because I'm doing it based off of strategy and how and things that make sense and past results. I'm not just doing this because I need your money or because I need you to invest with me. All right, this is my time. Time is money. Money is time. So I hope you enjoyed this hour video. If you have any questions, DM me, message me, and let's get rocking. May the force be with you. God is good. Stay blessed. Crypto is JC out.